In this video, I'm going to go through 20 questions ladies have asked me, guys too, but I know a lot of ladies have asked me, so here's all 20. How many times a week should I exercise? How many times have I answered this one? 3 to 4 times a week is preferred. 4 times is better than 3. And I'll pop up a split in one of these videos so you guys can know what to do for 4 days a week. And question number 2, how long do I need to work out for? No longer than 30 minutes is what I would say. The 30 minutes is plenty of time to get muscle groups in. However, if the addiction bug kicks in, anywhere around an hour to an hour and a half, if you work up to it, it feels amazing, and if you have the time. But 30 minutes is actually the sweet spot, especially for all you busy moms or just busy adults, right? Number 3, how do I warm up and cool down when I exercise? I like to warm up and cool down with the same exercise I just did. So if I'm going to be doing squats, I'm going to warm up with a squat-like motion, but it's just no weights, or very, very, very light weight, but typically no weights. And then if it's more technical, like movements like the squat, deadlift, or bench, I will warm up my back for my lats for my bench. I'll warm up my hips and my ankles and my knees for my squats and deadlifts. So there's a little bit more to those conventional movements, just because they're a little bit more, it takes a little bit more skill. And then cool down is pretty nice. You just do you see me do drop sets. I go lighter until the end. Maybe I'm just doing push-ups if I'm doing chest, something like that. But that's how I cool down. What time of day should I exercise? It's preferred if you've done it any time of the day that it's after you've eaten around 2 meals, 2 or 3. You will have the most amount of energy in you, so you can push the most. Carbs are filled, glycogen stores are filled, and so you just have the most amount of water and electrolytes in you. However, speaking to parents, they're like, what evening time? Unless it's 10 p.m., I'm not going because the kids and this and that. So you chose that, remember that. So you just have to prioritize it. That's all it means, and that means doing it in the morning, early morning. I've gone there at 4 a.m.s, and that's where I see the most moms. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m.s, it's busy, and it's just all single mom, not single moms, but you know what I mean, moms, with kids, or the dad, and then they switch off, right? So, honestly, you will probably have to be a morning person or super late night person. And I've worked out at the gym at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m., and there's parents there, so, it's doable. If the gym doesn't have a daycare, that's what you'll be doing. How do I stay motivated? There's many ways to stay motivated, but in short, motivation will leave. So you kind of stay motivated for 5 seconds, essentially, right? A month, and then it goes away. Right now, all the New Year, New Me people are already leaving. The gyms are beginning to dwindle. And it's not even a month yet. Come on, guys. Stay with it. But one thing that helps is one of the two extremes. Either you find your goal body and you keep it up there, or maybe the best you've ever been, and keep that on the back, your phone, the screen, keep that as a background. Or the opposite, you show a picture of your fat self, and it if you're into that kind of motivation, you're ew, disgusting, and you know when your best friend finds a picture or takes a picture of you that's candid, but it's hit horrendous, yeah, that. But I would definitely choose the latter, where it's you find a picture that's the best you, or find someone online. I've done both of these, where it's someone that it has your dream physique, and I've superimposed my face on it, and it literally remind myself what I want to look like. So yeah, besides that, your motivation will leave, I promise you, and it's going to come down to habits and hobbies. Can fitness be a hobby? Actually, yes, it is. It becomes a hobby. Do something you love. If you end up doing something you love, you will make it a hobby because you want to. So, yes, fitness can definitely be a hobby. I consider it a hobby. And this could be as, fitness is... look at CrossFit. It's literally a cult following. Jehovah's Witness. It's essentially something like that. It's any religion's a cult, technically, right? But, it's one of us, join us. And so that's what... Yeah, any kind of fitness group... can become a hobby if you have friends that enjoy it, and you want, it's just easy. Or run clubs. I want to join one on Saturday, but they stopped posting actually. But I want to join them. I so bad. I want to join. I'll be the slowest runner, but I will join. All right, 7. What should I eat before and after a workout? Carbs and proteins preferred. You want carbs and proteins 2 hours before to fuel your workout. Carbs and protein after, around an hour or two, because it's replenishing the glycogen and repairing sooner rather than later. Why is fitness important and necessary? Where do I start? It is more important, besides the organ health, muscular health, joint health, skeletal health, tendon health, all organs, all that, right? It's mental. Like, that is why. It's like, if I could, it's cool you see the physique. You're like, man, look at this physique, how much has changed. It would be so much cooler if you could see how much your mental state changes, how much healthier it gets. I think health physically, it instantly pours into mental health. You become so much better. Now, there's always extremes, right? Where it's like you have body dysmorphia, anorexias, and those are like super skinny or super muscular, and you still think you're the latter. But those are the extremes, right? I think overall fitness allows. I just talked to a girl, actually. It's recorded. I just never posted it because it would have been the whole conversation. I probably recorded a few of her sets, but she was working so intense it caught my eye, and she was anorexic looking. She was trying to. She didn't say she was anorexic, but she looked like it, and so she's gained 60 pounds. She was like a skinny, just rail, and that was her goal. And she did it by lifting weights and eating a lot. So she now is a healthy 160, 170 pound girl, and she looks great, like amazing. She looks so good. She was like 110 pounds or something before. It was so sad. All right. And she was tall. She's like tall as me or taller. How does fitness affect mental health? I kind of already answered that. It in every way. Think of every hormone in your body. It's on steroids. It becomes more receptive. It starts pumping out more of them. Dopamine, serotonin, all the feel-good, testosterone, estrogen, all of them. It just pumps them out. So why not more? You have a freaking pharmacy in your brain and in your body. So it's just going to be working overtime and like happily to do so. Those workers are getting paid overtime. Where and who do I go to for advice? I would go to people who have trained a lot of different background people. So they know how to train all kinds of people. And or someone who has your dream physique or has accomplished something that you want to accomplish. Like for me, my followers would be people who want to and like use me for coaching. Is they on the health side, it'd be like I keep yo-yoing. How do I stop yo-yoing? And also like I understand how and why you yo-yo. And so I think that, and like I am glad that I had the chance to, train older men and women and younger men and women. I train more women than men. And they've come from walks of life of like diabetics to chronic heart issues to, everyone's got shoulder injury, knee injury, back injury, broken lungs, who knows? Like, so I think it's good to have advice and train from people who actually know, who've trained a ton of people and have that advice themselves. If they've practiced what they preach, you're good. Are fitness trackers worth it, and what should I buy? Watch fitness trackers, not necessarily. Sure, if it motivates you, if it honestly motivates you a lot, yes. But I would do it as like a reward. If you can be consistent for 50 days straight, 100 days straight, boom. For my clients, like I would buy them gym outfits, like gym shoes, a cute outfit that they pick out in the beginning, or in this case it'd be a fitness watch. Like apps, like if it fits your macros, all the popular ones. I can't think of it. Health, what's it called? MyFitnessPal. You might have to pay for those now, but yeah, they're helpful. So I would do it to begin with. Try the free ones before you have to pay for any. Should I approach my fitness sessions with a plan, a blueprint? Yeah, you should have an overall layout of like, hey, arm day looks like this, chest day looks like this, leg day looks like this, stuff like that. Like, because you're not going to be able to follow to a T when there's so many people, or else you're just going to stand there wait forever. So that comes with experience. Like I can now walk in the gym and I'll find something to do, always. But in the beginning, you do need some kind of blueprint. Like I said, I will throw some blueprints for people doing 4 times a week, and then also like what those workouts look like. But yeah, you should have some kind of plan. Otherwise, you're not even want to go show up, because it's like fatigue, decision fatigue. Once you get in there, like, it was hard enough to just get here. Now I have to think about what to do. Yeah, don't do that, guys. You're setting yourself up for failure. What type of training increases muscle mass? Both. You're looking for heavy training, the grip it and rip it. There's moments when that is good. You must do that. And asterisk, it is very important to do slow and controlled. I'm not talking about like super science-based, long, make sure the eccentric concentric are fully stretched, and then you feel the tension at the full stretch of the bottom and the top and in between, and that whole lateral pull is at this angle, and it feels there's 12 pounds of force throughout the entirety of the thing, and you need a bench, an extra 2 benches to set back as far as your lat needs it to relax, and your back's going to retract, the scapula will be retracted to this point. Like, no, don't get all sciencey, don't make it complicated. I know that's like popular right now, but overall, just train with a controlled motion the whole time, and or rip it, grip it when it's necessary. But you should work up to that, all right? There's a level of intensity that comes with that you cannot get anywhere else, and I think muscle looks different. You can tell those who have trained intensely have more dense vascular muscle. Now, if you don't want that, then don't train like that. But I attribute a lot of my vascular kind of dense-looking muscle to rip it and grip it training. Hypertrophy, whatever, however you want to say it, it is definitely made by more reps, more slow controlled eccentric concentric movements, and that will increase muscle mass itself. What do I do to help muscle soreness? DOM. That's delayed onset muscle soreness. Shout out to Gears of War. DOMS is going to happen regardless, but what I like to do is I get massages. I try to do that often. I foam roll. I do a lot of water, protein. Those are your go-to, and electrolytes. Now, muscle soreness will happen regardless, so if it's extra painful, there are supplements for that. You go to dry saunas and stretch in dry saunas. You can go do Epsom salt baths and those kind of nice baths. I wouldn't do any kind of cold plunges. Actually reduces muscle recovery like directly 48 hours after lifting. It actually takes away muscle growth. That's a new research, by the way, so don't do that until new research comes out, I guess. But like, it was just a trend, so everyone was, even bodybuilders, like, let's go. And they were actually not like killing, but denting their recovery and muscle growth. Am I going to bulk up if I lift weights? I answered this in a video. You will not, unless you're taking testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy. Can I lose weight by eating less? It's a trick question. You can lose weight by eating less. I think that's like in the sense of, yes, if you eat less, you will lose weight, but you also want to move more, and you also want to lift, right? And also the weight, you can lose weight, but that also includes muscle, water, skeletal even. So you don't want to lose that. But if the question was can I lose fat by eating less, that's a little bit nuanced. But like, yeah, overall, you can't beat the law of thermodynamics where, yes, if you burn more than you eat, you will lose weight. Is cardio or resistance training better for losing weight? For losing weight, both is better for losing weight. Technically, I would even say cardio, because you can really burn a lot of muscle. So yeah, if you want to just wait, if it's all about scale and you don't care how you look, you want to look like a skinny, fat, loose-skinned person, do it. Cardio, you'll lose a lot of fat or weight. But fat, if you want to just burn fat and have tighter muscle and not as much loose skin and XYZ, you're going to want to do resistance training. That overall, the more muscle you have, the more you burn. Right now, I can feel the warmth on my stomach, my abs. It's radiating. Like, it's radiating heat. That's burning fat while I sleep, which translate into weight. But weight is usually encompassing everything and anything. So I don't want to burn muscle. That is your best fuel for burning fat, okay? So it's not about losing weight, it's about losing fat, but that's how the question was asked to me. So, all right, will lifting weights make me look too muscular? No, it'll make you look toned. In fact, a lot of girls I train, they ask me this, and look, I give you guys exercises according to how you want to look, and girls always wanted a little bit better shoulders for wedding dresses and stuff like that, or swimming, and back to dresses that expose their backs, or bikinis, and then butt. Everything with butt, legs, butt, any butt stuff, leg stuff, done. So lifting weights does not make you look too muscular. You need, like I said, drugs for that, ladies. It will make you look more toned, so you will have muscle bellies, is what they're called, like roundness. But that only shows once you have less fat. Once you lose a good amount of fat, finally you start seeing definition. Finally. But no, you're not going to look muscular. Too muscular people, that is such a rare thing. Professional bodybuilders are hoping for that, and they're taking every drug under the sun. Peptides, steroids, SARMs, all those. Anything and everything they're taking. Is it harder for women to get fit? Yes. Women go through a hormonal battle that men do not understand. First off, they don't have as much testosterone they have a fourth, if that. And testosterone is the main builder for muscle, and it's a motivating hormone, so it helps you get into the gym. And on top of that, women have their periods or menopause if they're going through that time period, or premenopausal, postmenopausal, pre-period, post-period, pre-pregnancy, post-pregnancy. So it's always harder for women to get fit. If you notice, guys, you're married, a guy will eat out and look leaner sometimes. A girl eats out and she looks pregnant. Her body, it's just so backwards depending on luteal phase versus all the phases, right? So yeah, I think it's an uphill battle. If a girl, like my sister, lost weight, she had lost 20 pounds, it translates, it's double. You always double it for a guy. So if a girl lost 20 pounds, it's like a guy losing 40 freaking pounds. So bravo, give yourselves a hand if that's you. It is way harder for women to get fit in the sense of mentally motivation, because once those 11 p.m. cravings hit and your period, and you already lax, I'm talking to the general population, you're gonna go eat that tub of ice cream, you're gonna go out to go fast food, McDonald's, or whatever you're craving. If you're pregnant, same thing, cravings. Menopause, I don't know, actually don't think those have cravings. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, ladies. So it's just harder uphill battles. Obviously there's the outliers, bodybuilders. There's a ton of bikini competitors, ton of bodybuilders, but they eventually get on juice, and that helps. Testosterone makes you hungry, by the way, so it's not like a cure-all. Retatrutide, there's all those IGF ones now that are helping women and men not have to desire food as much. However, like I said, in the end, I have found in my own personal practice and training women, it is harder for women to get fit just because of the hormonal differences and the uphill battle mentally. If they're emotional, and women, you're just more emotional, right? You can say I'm more in tune with my emotions, but you're also more driven by your emotions. And so if you just don't feel it, you don't feel it, and so you don't go as often. You will commit less. And there's always the outliers. Well, I know a lot of women who are definitely way more committed and disciplined than a lot of guys, but that's the outliers. The bell curve, you can talk about those outliers and bell curves all day for men and women. I'm talking general population. Yes, it's harder for women to get fit. Does it make it impossible? Nope. If you want it enough of anything, you will do it. There's a guy in a wheelchair, has no legs. I've seen him literally get fit before my eyes. He went from fat, torsoed, he's just a torso, to a lean torso. So I'm sorry, I know it's hard, but we can do it. The mind is very, very capable. How can I build an effective exercise plan? Go to someone like me, someone that knows that, has been around the block, knows fitness plans. I would definitely build according to your goals. That's the fun part for me. It's like sculpting a sculpture. So how can I build an effective exercise plan? There's plenty. Google, ChatGPT's okay, but mainly people go online, find someone. There's ton of free plans out there, but like I said, a lot of girls want back, shoulders, and lower body. Back, shoulders, lower bodies. Some core stuff, especially when you get leaner. Rarely do arms, rarely do chest, unless they're bodybuilder-esque girls, or powerlifters, or swimmers, or Some basketball players I've trained, volleyball players, they'll kind of dabble in like, but it's usually like your, like kind of like Helgas, not really, but like, you know what I mean? Like they're bigger girls. Like if you're chubbier, you're going to like chest press. You're going to like leg press because like you can lift heavier weight for a girl. And so you're like, yeah, I'm strong. And so you'll stick to stuff like that. And that's good. Like if you like it, it keeps you going, do it. But for the most part, girls like lower body stuff and guys like upper body stuff. That's just like the generalization, right? But you can build an effective exercise plan just according to what you like. That's why I said 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure you hit the stuff you like. Guess what? You're going to want to go over and over. I know girls who train their butt 3 times a week because they're like, I want to grow a bigger butt, and they enjoy it. They feel it. Maybe they're having core orgasm for all I know. All right, that's the end of this. Have a good one.